back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The first carry for a former member of the Fighting Irish, Dexter Williams. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Here's Rodgers. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
319. You want this.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Black. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, you might be a little jumpy as well. It might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go now. 15 money. 15 money. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Harry.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills.
At the 42-yard line.
58. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yeah. You don't want none.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On play action, Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On play action, now Rodgers. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th, now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 25-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields going deep for Diggs. He's got a man, complete. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 47 yards.
On the play. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yo. Watch the safety.
Cook. And he won't get much. maybe a couple, down inside the 35 to the 34. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Second and 8 at the 34-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is Cook with a grab. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Ready. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Throwing on first down. Fields. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Fields. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Going deep here for Stills. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Fields. That'll be complete to Cook. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and it'll be Packer football here. First. Down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Schwartz. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Hey, 626.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Dexter Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Looking to throw. Fields. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Rodgers now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Throwing left side, it's complete. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Touchdown, Packers. Jay Sternberger, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Back to throw. Fields. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Let's go.
He got 29 yards that time.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields. And that's caught by Smith. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Let's go, team.
They give it to Williams, running right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Dexter Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Again, it's Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Fields. He's going to launch this thing. Wait. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Kenny Stills, 78 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Rodgers now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers going to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 31-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields sliding out of the pocket. And now he's going to use his legs. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. first down. Fields. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. And that's complete to Adams. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st down, it's Williams. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Again, it's Williams. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
Check. 26.
To throw is Rodgers. Off the play fake. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
"21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, pick it up, defense.
Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers! Dexter Williams, 35 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and he's got him in the lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Fields. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. On 4th down, Fields. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Got to do better. Come on.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Hey, man.
They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Packers, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.